If there's something that can be learned from through social media behavior, is that you never let your ego be determined by your social media status, how many followers you have, how successful you feel like, really, yeah, by the system, by an algorithm, by clicks and views. Again, don't don't attach your worth, but most important, don't attach your ego as well. Actually test your ego online. I've heard this theory from a channel that I follow. His name is Troy's TV. I think he's hilarious. But Troy's said like this super interesting thing about selling your soul. How it doesn't look like one of some blood contracts and someone with horns and like obviously evilness. No, it looks like your everyday person that can come up to you, and yeah, just be like, I've heard this and this type of news. You should put it on your channel, and you think like, okay, interesting. Some people want to help. Some people portray as a friend. It's literally like the Bible says as well, like someone being like an angel of light, or like a sheep in goats a sheep a goat in sheep's clothing. Yeah, a goat in sheep's clothing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Someone masquerading themselves as like your friend, but they really are onto one thing. It's like seeing how far your ego will go for popularity, for acceptance, for attention online. Because if you want to get into like the media industry, for example, the currency, the hierarchy for that is at the low stages is attention. Okay, that's what the everyday person public also know. It's like common knowledge. Like you need attention to get online validation. But it's very interesting how this person, this YouTuber, was talking about his selling his soul experiences, because he was like, there was this person that was portraying himself as a friend and coming with situations for him to post about, and him being like authentic. He was like, okay, interesting stuff you're presenting to me, like with one eye, like, but he said, no, I don't want to talk about the situation. It feels like forced, or like it could be fabricated as well. But not every person would do that. Some people would just take, and if they feel like, yeah, they can get more views on a story, on a gossip, on blind items, they would just post it. Okay. And if you did that before, you would think like, oh, I did that before, it turned out fine. I can take like the next call, the next someone that wants something from me. And before you notice, things can get like more intriguing, or like more interesting, and like that's where it starts, where like you go like, you feel some sort of shame by some things people are asking you to do, but you do it anyways because you think like, okay, I did that last time, now I'm gonna do this. And it gets like you in a higher level. It gets you rewarded, by the way. That's why you keep, that's the psychology of selling your soul. Like you get rewarded for the things people serve you by, but at the other hand, you feel inner shame about it, because your authentic, your character, who you really are, does not get seen, does not get the same love, and you feel shameful about it. But to numb the shame, you just go to, you become a yes man. Basically, you say yes to the next adventure, you say yes to the next, yeah, acquisition. And that's how you get to a certain point, to a certain level status, where you are so known by people that people can start blackmailing you. Where it's like, okay, but I have this against you. If you don't want to do this, this is gonna come out. And that's like the toxic dynamic contract that people then have with like individuals, where they do feel like, okay, now I'm stuck, now I need to do more crazy stuff. um it's literally costing your soul, because like you're living in your body, but you don't have control over what you really want to say, what you really want to post, who you really want to hang out with, or else you get threatened with your real life. That's basically the psychology, and I find very, very, very interesting. Yeah, of people who are like selling their soul, and of course there are higher levels, as we see with artists and celebrities, that they literally blend out, say like, okay, F it, like I'm too far in the game. I've sold my soul, which yeah, basically it's the reality. Um, but yeah, let me know what you think about this, because it doesn't you don't need to be famous or have fame. Like it starts with how much do you want to protect your ego. It's usually this, or like how much of a yes person are you, you know mm, so yeah, let me know what you think, and bye bye.